People love the paranormal for one reason. It feels like proof that reality has cracks. A shadow moves in the corner of your eye. A voice whispers your name when nobody is there. A cold spot appears in a room. Your bed vibrates at night. A presence stands at the foot of the bed. A haunted house makes you feel sick, watched, terrified. A Ouija board spells words you didn't intend. A near-death experience feels more real than life itself. And then comes the question that keeps millions of people awake. Is any of it real? Tonight we're going to do something dangerous, because it makes everyone angry for different reasons. We're going to talk about the secrets, truths, myths, and lies behind the paranormal. Not as a joke, not as a lecture, as a forensic investigation. Because here's the twist. Many paranormal experiences are real in the only sense that matters. The person truly experienced them. The fear is real. The certainty is real. But the cause is usually not what people think. And the reason the paranormal is so convincing is that your brain is not a camera. Your brain is a prediction machine. It takes incomplete signals from your senses and fills in a story. Most of the time, that story is accurate enough to keep you alive. But under the right conditions, stress, darkness, expectation, sleep deprivation, certain sounds, certain chemicals, your brain can generate the perfect ghost story from nothing but noise. So let's start with the biggest secret of all. The paranormal feeds on uncertainty. And humans are designed to hate uncertainty. In the wild, uncertainty kills you. If you hear a rustle in the bushes and you're wrong, you lose nothing. If you ignore it and you're wrong, you die. That creates a bias that scientists call a type of error management. It's safer to assume agency, something is there, than to assume nothing. That is why we see faces in clouds, creatures in shadows, and patterns in randomness. It's not stupidity. It's survival software. And once you understand that, you realize something chilling. Your brain is literally built to hallucinate threats when the cost of missing a threat is high. Now we'll go case by case through the most famous paranormal effects and reveal the mechanisms that make them feel supernatural. Case 1. The presence in the room. This is one of the most universal paranormal claims across cultures and history. People report waking up and feeling a presence. Sometimes they can't move. Sometimes they see a shadow figure. Sometimes they hear voices, footsteps, breathing. It feels like an intruder, a demon, a ghost, something intelligent. The scientific name for the core of this experience is sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis happens when your brain is partly awake, but your body is still in the state of muscle inhibition that normally prevents you from acting out dreams during REM sleep. In REM, your brain can generate vivid imagery and emotions, and your body is essentially locked so you don't run around while dreaming. If you wake up while that lock is still on, you feel trapped in your own body. And because the brain is still in a dreamlike mode, it can project dream content into the real room. Shadows, faces, a figure at the door, a weight on your chest. Now add fear. You can't move. You feel a presence. Your breathing might feel restricted because your chest muscles are still in a REM pattern. Your mind scrambles for an explanation. And the oldest, deepest explanation in the human library is, something is doing this to me. That is why cultures historically described sleep paralysis as demons, witches, night hags, jinn, or spirits sitting on the chest. Same experience, different mythology. Sleep paralysis is one of the best examples of a paranormal event with a fully natural mechanism, because it's so vivid that people are still convinced even after you explain it. Because the memory is not, "I had sleep paralysis." The memory is, "I saw it." Case 2. Haunted houses and the sick feeling. People often describe haunted places in the same way: nausea, chills, anxiety, dread, feeling watched, headaches, confusion. They'll tell you, "The air feels wrong." They'll tell you, "My body knew something was there." Sometimes the truth is not supernatural. It's environmental. There are several normal causes that can produce haunted sensations. One is carbon monoxide. Low-level carbon monoxide exposure can cause headaches, dizziness, nausea, confusion, and even hallucinations in severe cases. In older buildings with faulty heating systems, it can build up slowly. People can feel fear and paranoia without knowing why. Another is mold or poor air quality. Certain molds can irritate the respiratory system and trigger fatigue and brain fog. That can amplify anxiety and distort perception. Another is electromagnetic fields, but not in the magical way people claim. Strong, fluctuating electromagnetic fields, like those near faulty wiring or high-voltage equipment, can sometimes induce sensations in susceptible people: tingling, anxiety, and a sense of unease. The evidence here is mixed, but the bigger point is that people often interpret physical discomfort as supernatural when they're in a context that suggests ghosts. But there's a stranger factor that is real and deeply creepy: infrasound. Infrasound is sound below the range of human hearing, typically below about 20 Hz. You don't hear it as a tone, but your body can respond to it. Certain frequencies can cause vibrations in the body, nausea, anxiety, a sense of pressure, and in some cases visual disturbances, because the eyeball can resonate slightly at certain low frequencies. Where does infrasound come from? Fans, ventilation systems, machinery, wind around structures, even traffic. A building can become a haunted machine without anyone intending it. Now imagine a place with dim light, weird acoustics, low-frequency vibrations, and a story that says, "People die here." Your brain doesn't need proof. It needs a narrative. So the truth behind many haunted places is not that ghosts exist. It's that bodies are sensors, and environments can push those sensors into distress. Case 3. Seeing ghosts in shadows. This one is pure brain mechanics. In low light, your eyes rely more on rod cells, which are better at detecting motion, but worse at detail and color. Peripheral vision becomes sensitive to movement, but unreliable for precise shapes. Your brain is forced to guess. And what does the brain guess? The most meaningful patterns it knows: faces, bodies, eyes. This is called pareidolia, perceiving meaningful patterns in random stimuli. It's why you see faces in tree bark and Mars rocks. It's why people see shadow people in the corner of the room. It's why grainy security footage can look like a ghost. Pareidolia is not just visual, it's auditory too. Ever heard a voice in white noise like a fan or a shower? That's your brain extracting speech patterns from randomness, because humans are hypersensitive to language cues. Add expectation, and you get a powerful effect. If someone tells you, "This place is haunted," your brain will interpret ambiguous sensory input as evidence of a haunting. Not because you're dumb, but because the brain is a hypothesis machine. This is the secret behind many paranormal videos. The footage is ambiguous, and the caption does the haunting. Case 4. The Ouija board. If you've ever used a Ouija board, you know how convincing it feels. You don't feel like you're pushing. The planchette moves. It spells things. Sometimes it answers questions you didn't consciously intend. So what's happening? The ideomotor effect. Your muscles can make tiny movements without your conscious awareness, guided by expectations and subtle cues. This happens in many contexts: dowsing rods, pendulums, energy tests, even some spirit communication techniques. The key is that your conscious mind doesn't feel like it's initiating the movement, because the movement is small and distributed across multiple people. That makes it feel external. In a group, it becomes even stronger. You react to each other's micro-movements. You correct and amplify. And because the board has many possible outputs, you can interpret results as meaningful. The Ouija board is not proof of spirits. It's proof that your brain can move your body while convincing you it wasn't you. That should terrify you more than ghosts, because it reveals something about free will. Conscious control is not as absolute as it feels. Case 5. The cold spot. Cold spots are one of the most common ghost claims. People walk into a room and feel a sudden chill. They interpret it as a ghost passing through. But buildings have airflow. Drafts from vents, gaps, insulation differences, thermal gradients near windows, and convection currents can create localized temperature changes. Your skin is a sensitive temperature sensor, but it isn't a physics instrument. A moving stream of cooler air across your neck can feel like a supernatural touch. And here's another trick. Fear changes your body temperature perception. When you're anxious, blood flow shifts. You can get chills. You can feel cold even in a normal room. So the cold spot often isn't a ghost. It's fluid dynamics plus human physiology. Case 6. Electronic voice phenomena and ghost recordings. People record static and claim they hear voices. They slow down audio. They find words. They build narratives. This is pareidolia again, auditory this time. The brain is designed to detect language. It will find speech-like patterns even in noise. But there's more. Many recording devices introduce artifacts. Compression, automatic gain control, background radio interference, and reflections can create strange sounds. In some environments, radio signals can be picked up unintentionally by wiring or equipment. That can create voices where you expect none. Most EVP is not supernatural. It's your brain completing patterns in noise, especially when you desperately want meaning. Case 7. Poltergeist activity, objects moving. This is where things get messy, because sometimes objects do move and people genuinely don't know why. The first category is simple: misinterpretation. A door closes because of air pressure. A shelf falls because it was unstable. A glass cracks because of temperature stress. A house creaks because it's settling. Plumbing makes knocks. Animals move things. Vibrations from traffic cause shifts. The second category is human behavior: pranks, attention-seeking, or unconscious actions. People can move objects and later forget or deny it, especially under stress. The third category is rare but real. Certain neurological and psychological conditions can produce dissociation and memory gaps. People can do actions they don't remember clearly. That can create a poltergeist narrative around a household. But let's be honest, not every case is easily explained from a distance. The point is not that every story is fake. The point is that "I can't explain it" is not evidence of the supernatural. It's a confession of limited information. Now, we've covered the mechanisms, but we haven't answered the deeper question: why do paranormal myths persist even when the explanations exist? Because the paranormal gives people a story that feels emotionally satisfying. It offers agency in chaos. It offers meaning. It offers the idea that consciousness survives death. It offers the feeling that the world is enchanted. Science explanations can feel cold by comparison, even when they are more powerful and more true. So here is a truth that makes both skeptics and believers uncomfortable. You can respect the experience without accepting the explanation. You can say, yes, you felt a presence. Yes, it was terrifying. Yes, it was real to you. And also say, no, that doesn't mean a ghost exists. This is why debunking often fails. People don't want their experience called fake. They want it understood. Now, let's go one level deeper and talk about the lies. Not lies as everyone is lying, but lies as the patterns of misinformation that exploit the paranormal. Lie 1. Science can't explain it. Science explains many of these experiences extremely well. What people mean is, I haven't heard the explanation, or the explanation doesn't feel as powerful as the story. Lie 2. Many witnesses means it must be real. Groups can share expectations, influence each other, and create collective misinterpretations. Memory is social. Panic is contagious. So is certainty. Lie 3. I know what I saw. Human perception is not a recording. It's a reconstruction. Your brain edits reality every moment, filling blind spots, predicting motion, smoothing noise. Under stress, it can generate vivid, confident experiences that are wrong about the cause. Lie 4. Technology proves it. Most paranormal evidence is low-quality video, ambiguous audio, and devices used incorrectly. Measurement tools can be misread. Artifacts can be treated as signals. And a camera is not neutral. It has exposure limits, motion blur, compression, and noise patterns that can create illusions. Now that's the debunking side. But the real fun is the secret that makes paranormal experiences even more fascinating than ghosts. The secret is that the brain can generate realities. Your sense of self, your sense of presence, your sense of time. These are constructed by networks in the brain. If those networks misfire, you can feel an invisible presence. If they misalign, you can feel your body shift. If sensory inputs desynchronize, you can feel detached from reality. There are neurological studies where stimulation of certain brain regions can induce a presence hallucination. People feel someone standing behind them, not as a thought, but as a sensation. That means the ghost feeling can be produced by brain activity alone. This doesn't prove ghosts are not real in some cosmic philosophical sense, but it proves you do not need ghosts to generate ghost experiences. And that is the core of this entire episode. The paranormal is often the brain encountering its own hidden machinery. Now, let's talk about near-death experiences, because they are the most emotionally charged. People report leaving their body, seeing a tunnel of light, meeting beings, feeling peace, watching their life flash, seeing dead relatives. Many report that it feels more real than real. There are scientific ideas here too. Under extreme stress, the brain can experience oxygen changes, neurotransmitter surges, and abnormal activity patterns that can create vivid experiences. The tunnel effect can be related to how vision degrades under stress. Central vision remains while peripheral fades, creating a tunnel perception. Feelings of peace can be linked to endorphins and dissociation. But here's the honest part. Near-death experiences remain complex. Not because the supernatural is proven, but because subjective experience is hard to map perfectly to brain states, and because many reports happen in chaotic medical contexts with imperfect data. What we can say is that the brain is capable of generating these experiences under extreme conditions. The important lesson is not these people are lying. The lesson is the brain under threat can produce experiences that feel transcendent. Now, does any of this leave room for a genuine unknown? Yes. There are unknowns, just not the ones paranormal culture usually sells. The unknown is consciousness itself, why it exists, how subjective experience emerges, why some hallucinations feel so real, how memory and perception can create certainty. Those are real mysteries. But Ghosts in a Victorian House is usually a story built on a very explainable set of triggers: low light, sound, expectation, stress, and human pattern detection. So what's the final verdict? The truth is that paranormal effects are often real experiences caused by normal mechanisms. The myths are the stories we attach. The lies are the claims that exploit those stories. And the real mystery is the brain. If you want one sentence that destroys most paranormal fear while keeping the wonder, it's this: your mind is powerful enough to create a ghost without anything being there. And once you truly understand that, you realize the scariest haunted house is not an old building. It's your own skull, because inside it is a machine built to detect danger, build narratives, and fill in gaps. A machine that keeps you alive and occasionally shows you monsters made of noise. So the next time you hear footsteps in an empty hallway, or feel a presence behind you, or see something move in the dark, ask yourself one question before you accept the supernatural. What conditions could make my brain do this? Because that question doesn't kill the mystery. It turns the paranormal into something even more fascinating, a window into the hidden rules your brain uses to create reality.